Today I have a collab video on the channel, and today I'm collabing with Juan from Madrid, and his channel is called Hueleme Mucho. If you're not subscribed to him, I have a link in the info box. You can click that to find out what his channel is. Perhaps you are following him. But today's collab video is all about Boozy Fragrances, and we are selecting our current top 5 favorite Boozy fragrances. So if you want to find out what they are, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. If this is your first time landing on my channel and you love watching fragrance reviews, finding out about new fragrances, discovering new brands, of course, watching some collabs we do, and also participating in giveaways and still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click that subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So I've never met Juan, although I visited Madrid, and I think around that time, this was almost 2 years ago, and around that time I think he was launching his YouTube channel, because he reached out to me on Instagram and said, hey, guess what? I watched your video where you announced that you are inviting everyone that's been following you or watching you, yada yada, to launch their YouTube channel. And he said, I'm launching my YouTube channel. And from what I see on his channel, amazing. Like, he's got so many videos. A lot of them are in Spanish, which I don't really understand Spanish. Even though I'm in California, we have lots of Spanish speaking here. I don't speak it, but it's a great channel. You should definitely follow or subscribe to him. I have his link in the info box, as I mentioned. But let's go ahead and cut to him, and he can tell us his top 5 Boozy fragrances, and then we'll cut to me telling you what my top 5 Boozy fragrances are.
Hi, this is Juan from Hueleme Mucho. First of all, I would like to thank my friend Sebastian for allowing me to do this collaboration with him. I am a great fan of his channel, and I'm not just saying I'm a great fan. I mean, he has had a huge impact on me personally. Long time ago, I watched a video by him saying that why we should be doing videos, why we should be reviewing fragrances ourselves, and I took that personally, and that's why I started the channel. So I don't know if you knew Sebastian, but you had a very huge part in me starting with this channel story. So today we're going to be reviewing a fragrance, my top 5 Boozy fragrances, and these are my picks. The first fragrance we're going to be talking about today is RADCLIFF by PENHALIGON'S. It's a fragrance that I really enjoy. It smells decadent, tobacco, brandy. I don't know, it's creamy, but mostly tobacco and brandy and decadence with an undertone of vanilla. This is just fantastic. It smells wonderful, classy, but at the same time mysterious and, you know, decadent in a way that you're over the top, and it's a fragrance worth sniffing and worth enjoying. So, RADCLIFF. The second fragrance we're going to be talking about today is URSA by TIZIANA TERENZI. This, just look at the bottle, how beautiful this bottle is. Just a white bottle with a beautiful lid. And I have to say that this is a fragrance that needs some time to wear it and to just like it. I mean, everybody around you is going to like it, but yourself it's going to take quite some time. But it's URSA, and it's a fragrance that has clearly rum. It's got nutmeg, it's got musk, it's got a bit of oud, it's got a bit of leather. So it's a white, boozy, leathery, peculiar fragrance that when you get used to it, this is an showstopper. Beautiful fragrance, very different, very unique. If you like boozy fragrances that smell completely different, this one is a fragrance worth checking out. The third fragrance we're going to be talking about today is a fragrance that you were all expecting, and it's BARAONDA. BARAONDA, it's a fragrance that I like very much, but it's a fragrance that's taking me some time to enjoy it. My friend René Zayas from Mr. Zayas 81, he is a huge fan of this one, and he told me several times, you have to check it out, you have to check it out, you have to check it out. And I would smell it on the bottle, and I would say, no, not that good. But then one day I tried it on my skin, and then things did change. This is a fragrance that smells whiskey, smells ambroxan, it smells like woody and white musk, plus some, I don't know, sort of tiny spices, but I don't know how to explain. But the thing is that when you wear this, you splash it and you smell as if you had dropped a glass of whiskey on top of you, literally. So if you're going to work, probably they will check if if you're not drunk at work. That is something that happens. But if you wear this, suddenly you smell that like whiskey, but then it starts to evaporate. You have more the woody side and the white musky side, and it's like if it was catching fire. And this warmth, this attractiveness is really, really dangerous. If you want to go out at night and be truly dangerous, all of the ones I'm talking about today are truly dangerous for night. But this one is the warmth, is the fire of the seduction. So Baraonda, beautiful. Do not smell it on the bottle, smell it on the skin. Because in my case, I was smelling it on the bottle and I didn't like it that much. But on the skin, it's phenomenal. The fourth fragrance we're going to be talking about today is Iron Duke from Beaufort. This is also a fragrance that needs sometimes to adjust to because it mixes gunpowder with cognac, with barrel notes, plus leather. So it's a bomb, it's intense, it's ultra alpha, and for me it's the most masculine fragrance of all of these that I'm talking about today, but I encourage women to try it out too. And also it's a fragrance that you need to adapt to it. So it's the first time you spray it on, you probably are overwhelmed. You have to wait half an hour and then, whoa, it transforms into a very, very sexy, powerful fragrance. Again, first time was not for me. Half an hour later, I came back and I bought the bottle. So I bought this one in Rome with my wife. And the first half hour, we were like, wow, how awful can this be? And then I said, okay, it can be this awful, but I'm getting the bottle. So this is a fragrance, very sexy, very attractive, very alpha. And the booziness here is combined with gunpowder, leather, and dark woods. Fabulous, Iron Duke. Well, and number 5 is the beastiest fragrance of all, and this is Black Phantom. Black Phantom is a fragrance that is a beast. It's a boozy beast. It's gourmand, it's sexy, it's unstoppable, and it mixes rum, chocolate, coffee, tobacco, many other notes, but these are the most intense one, and it's very gourmandish. It's so sweet. I mean, it's so eatable, but at the same time so sweet that, you know, when you're tasting something that has too much sugar and you have a feeling here, same thing. You spray this on, you have to spray half as much as you think you have to spray yourself. So if you normally spray twice, then you say, okay, Juan has told me to spray once or twice, then spray just once, because it is just a beast. The first time I sprayed myself with this, I was so overwhelmed that I had to take a shower and then go out again and spray just half of what I sprayed the first time. Beautiful fragrance, very attractive. For night is unstoppable, and it's a fragrance worth sniffing. The combination of rum with chocolate, with coffee, with tobacco is just phenomenal. So it's a beautiful fragrance, and I do encourage all of you to try it out. So, well, my friends, this is my top 5. I want to thank my friend Sebastian again, and I look very much forward to doing more videos with him. Thank you very much, Sebastian. You are an inspiration to us all. Thank you.
Cool selections from Juan, don't you see that? I mean, I liked a lot of his fragrance choices there. But let's go to mine, and we're going to start off at number 5 with a fragrance from a rarely spoken about house, but I think because the fragrances are on the expensive side. And this is a fragrance house called PHUONG, and this is the Calling, this one right here. Now, recently, I featured this one in my 25 favorite lavender fragrances video because this is all about lavender, but it doesn't stop there. It's boozy. You've got lavender, you've got tobacco, you've got rum, pink pepper, you've got beautiful chocolate. It is absolutely one of the most delicious fragrances, and this was probably the very first one that I bought from this house. It is the first one I bought from this house, PHUONG, because I'm obsessed with the way it smells, because it's lavender, and lavender generally doesn't go in this direction because it's not fougere, it's not your traditional lavender that smells like lavender. It's lavender, but it's laced with all those beautiful notes to make a beautiful concoction. It's created also by one of my favorite perfumers, and his name is Bertrand Duchaffoul. If you like his fragrance, fragrances, if you like lavender, if you like boozy fragrances, or gourmands, check out the Calling. And funny thing is, we have 2 fragrances created by Bertrand Duchâteau back to back. And this number 4 is a fragrance from the house of the different company. And this is Oud for Love, this one right here. And Oud for Love, in the name, it's oud, but this is a kind of oud that I guess you can love because that's what they call it. Oud for Love is all about boozy gourmand notes. And you've got caramel here, you've got amber, you've got whiskey. There are some slight animalic touches in here, like there's castoreum, but it is a gorgeous to die for oud. Gourmand lovers that don't like oud should kind of, I think, like something like this. If you like fragrances from florists like honey oud and things like that, you will also really like something like this as well. But it is a truly beautiful, gorgeous oud fragrance that I really, really love. It's ambery, it's oriental, it's oudy, and of course it's boozy. Check it out, Oud for Love from the different company. And once again, that's created by Bertrand Duchâteau. So number 3, we're going to the house of Frédéric Malle, and this is Promise. So Promise is more of a recent fragrance for me, and it's quite the boozy concoction. But in the notes breakdown on Fragrantica, there's no mention of any kind of a boozy note in there. But the fragrance has notes of cypriol, it has green apple, it has rose, it has a lot of other yummy notes. But what's going on here is, I think, the cypriol combined with the apple almost acts like there's like an apple boozy note in here. Not like an appletini or something. In France they have this liqueur called Calvados, which is created from apples, like it's a brandy of some kind from the northern region, the Normandy region, and to me it smells like you're you know, wearing like a boozy appley liqueur. Very, very delicious. And this is actually from the trio of Middle Eastern or Arabic written labels from Frédéric Malle, and this is the least expensive from the collection of 3, and this is the one that doesn't have oud in it. There's no oud, which is a unique thing that they did, but it does have a very, very boozy, appley kind of experience, which I really, really love. I love anything boozy, and I'm obsessed with this one. I love to wear it. So this is Promise from Frédéric Malle. Check it out if you don't know it. I have a video that I shot for this one and I haven't aired it, so hopefully it'll air soon. At number 2, we're going to the house of Parfum de Empire, a house that's not really spoken a lot about. This is Ambre Russe. This is in my little carry-along atomizer that came with a big 500ml bottle that I bought a long time ago from Javoy in Paris. But Ambre Russe is one of my favorite ambers. It's absolutely delicious. It's amber, it's vodka, you've got incense, leather, cinnamon, champagne, lots of notes, but for one beautifully intoxicating fragrance. It is a sexy amber. It is not a heavily thick amber, but really still intense and just joy. It's a joy to wear. And you know what? There's also, I think, dried fruits in here that I'm forgetting to mention, because when you wear it, there's a dried fruity experience or accord in there, and that with the amber and the vodka and the champagne, it's a phenomenal fragrance. It's just really, really beautiful and a great, great boozy experience. If you don't know Ambre Russe, highly recommend it. Again, this is a very minimally spoken about house. Not a lot of people talk about this house. I don't know, it's an underrated house. The perfume brand, or the perfumes, are created by a perfumer by the name of Marc-Antoine Corticchiato, and his fragrances are awesome. So check it out. Parfum de Empire Ambre Russe is at number 2. Number 1 goes to ROJA Parfums Creationi. This one. This is a phenomenal fragrance. The booziest, most beautiful, fruity, juicy, succulent. I think there's violet in here, there's whiskey, just phenomenal. I just can't get enough of this fragrance because it smells absolutely delicious. It's intoxicating. It's almost to the point of orgasmic because the way it smells great. This is the Parfum edition, the really more expensive version compared to the EDP Eau de Parfum version, and it's divine. It's just I think it's heaven. Like, it's heaven. If heaven that had a smell, and if it smelled like this, I would really like really be head over heels. If I could smell this 24/7, I'd be happy with it. It's that kind of a fragrance. It just smells great. If everything smelled like this, I would be so happy. And I love wearing this. I really love wearing this Boozy fragrance. It is my favorite from the house of ROJA Parfums, and I think a lot of you guys like this one as well. It is just to die for. Anyway, that's my #1 Boozy fragrance. I hope you like the selections of my top 5, and of course Juan's top 5. One thing I forgot to mention is if you have any current or new or discoveries in the Boozy section or Boozy Fragrances category, please do let me know so that I can find out and discover as well, because I'm always looking for Boozy. It's one of my favorite kinds of fragrances. I love Boozy fragrances. Just love the way liqueurs smell. And I also like to drink anyway, so that's another story. But other than that, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please list below for both me and Juan. We'll both try and answer for you as best as we can. Anything other than that, please like this video, please share it, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.